Hey, everybody. Good morning. Okay, so Anthony was texting me. It's Lisa Copeland. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Fierce. And Anthony was texting me a couple of minutes ago because I think he's trying to get on an airplane and he was trying to get me to, or maybe he's on an airplane. He was trying to get me to start early. So, because he's going to go make a television appearance on Car Business Television, which is such a great show with our good friend Becky Chernick. So, hello, everybody. Paul and Trendy and Lisa and Josh. I better take a sip of coffee. I'm not sick, I promise. Laura and Trendy and Michelle. Good grief. And Christopher, how is everybody this morning? So I have spent, first of all, thank you guys for all the sweet notes and stuff yesterday. I didn't want it to sound like a wine fest or anything, without the wine, right? But it just, persistence is something that, I struggle with, and I know for a fact every one of you struggle with. I think it's human nature. So I did what I do best, and I did my research. Good morning, Michael Brown. And just to let you guys know, by the way, I will be announcing the winner of the book. I pulled it yesterday, but I'm going to do that at the end of the show, the autographed book, Outwitting the Devil. But I want to talk about persistence, okay? And I thought, you know what? I need to add a section on persistence to my book proposal. Because I'm positive, when I get in front of that entire team, whoever I'm going to get in front of in New York on November 15th, I'm going to tell them, the biggest reason that you guys need to get this book published is because I never gave up. And I'm not going to give up because this is a message that has worked for me. It's worked for everybody I've worked with, and it's worked for a lot of other people too. So I'm going to be persistent. That's a fact. So, but you look at persistent and it refers to perseverance in spite of fatigue or frustration. I don't know about fatigue, y'all. I don't know about that, but frustration's real, isn't it? God, it's so real. Sean, good morning. Kyle, Nigel. And it is frustrating when you are so close to what you want to get done. And then, there seems to be a roadblock, or, you get an email that tells you it's not enough, or to redo something. And, and the frustration is big. So, yesterday after the show, you guys are so awesome. I can't even tell you. And just the encouragement and the notes you guys sent me. And, and I was good. I promise. I was good. But there are just times in life when things happen that you just kind of start, you just kind of reflect internally and you go, okay, what is it with me? Why? Because can I just tell you how many times I've almost kicked this book proposal to the curb? When we self-published Crushing Mediocrity, we self-published it. So it was our book and we loved it and we sent it to editors and we, all the things you have to do when you sell a book. But we were great with it and the book's done well. But when someone's paying you to do a book and they've got to go sell the book too, then, it becomes a different story. It almost, what it does? It almost takes a life of its own. It almost becomes their book. And I think where the frustration for me more came in than anything is I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. That's my book. These are my thoughts. And this is how I want to present it to everybody. And, and there's a healthy dose of ego in that there too. So, I just want to encourage you guys too, when you get into a frustration or perseverance situation, we talk about in Crushing Mediocrity, how you've got to repurpose your fear and put your fear on the shelf. I think there's times in life we got to put our ego on the shelf. Things like, what do you mean that's not a good story? I lived that story in my book and I think it's relevant and here's what it did for me. And you'll have an editor saying, yeah, not really. It might have been great for you, but I don't really think anybody cares. It's stuff like that. I'm going over to my people. Anthony, he's on the plane now, taking off, supposed to be 7:45 Eastern, but I told them I needed my 15 minutes of fierce. God, Anthony, I love you. Anthony's flying to Atlanta to be on Becky Chernick's show, F&I show, Car Business Television, which is such a great show. Greg, good morning. Michelle, don't you dare kick that proposal. Your book is, no, I know, I have no intentions of kicking the proposal, but it does make you feel like that, right? So I think when persistence and ego collide, have you guys ever had that? When persistence and ego collide, when you're finally at some point you know what? Forget about this. I know what I can do. I know what I've done. And so don't do it. Don't let it happen to you. Do not let ego and persistence collide. Keep them in two separate columns. So as I was adding some stuff yesterday to it, and I was doing a lot of research on persistence and some of the stories, here are 4 takeaways. What I really love is that in spite of fatigue or frustration, that's when we persevere. I just think that's amazing. Okay, so I've got 6 takeaways. This show gets very short when I'm on a roll, right? I'm like, I've only got 15 minutes. Number 1 is that, to not suffer, to persevere through something that you fundamentally believe that you need to do, whether it's getting that business meeting, whether it's getting a personal meeting with somebody, if it's starting a business, if it's writing a book, I don't know. I mean, if it's running your first marathon, if it's getting up every single morning, but these are the 6 takeaways that I would put if I was writing a chapter on perseverance, which I feel one brewing in me. I am just trying to decide whether it really fits with the whole tone of my book. If it does, you're going to see a perseverance chapter, and it's going to be because of all of you. This is why I love you guys. So number 1, you have to identify your wants and desires. What is it that you really want and that you're willing to just persevere through, which means being relentless. The R in fierce is for relentless. Perseverance is about being relentless. Number 2, you have to determine what is your motivation. Why are you pursuing this idea, this dream, this business, this person, whatever it may be? I mean, is it something that's really going to benefit you in the end? Or are you doing it just to do it? I mean, think about a kid. Think about a toddler. I think about my little Eli. He's not a toddler anymore. He's 6. But I think about my little grandson, Eli. And when he wants something, he is like a dog with a bone. But Lala, why? Why, Lala? Lala, come here. Lala, come here and see it. Lala, can we go now? I mean, I'm just like, and there'll be times I'm like, Eli, stop. Seriously, stop. You're driving Lala crazy. And if it wasn't just 10 o'clock in the morning, Lala would have a cocktail because you are just wearing me out. But think about the wear out ability of a toddler or a child when they want something. It is, it's ride or die with these kids. It's like, either you're going to get it, you're going to give it to them to stop, or you're going to punish them to stop. It's one of the two, right? And so I was thinking yesterday, at what point do we lose that ability to persevere against all odds, to not even hear that no? When I'm telling Eli no about something, like turning on the cartoon station when I'm trying to watch something else, and I'm like, no, Eli, we'll do it in a little while. But why, Lala? But why? I want to watch cartoons, Lala. But my show's on TV, Lala. I mean, he's just a wear out. And I'm not saying we should be a wear out, but maybe we should be more of a wear out. Maybe we would get more of what we want and what we need in life if we took on the mentality of a 6-year-old. And then my mom sent me a really awesome text yesterday, and I didn't even think about it. She watches my show late. It's a little early for her to get up in the mornings at 6:45. And hey, when you're retired, you don't have to. And when I'm retired, I say, Mom, don't worry about it. I'm not getting up at 6:45 either. Anyways, and she said, that she sent me a text, and I didn't even think about this. So she said she was glad that she persevered back in the 70s when she went and she got her PhD. So we were, my sister and I were, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years old. And my mom went back to school and got her PhD. And that's not easy, We lived in San Jose, and she went to school in Berkeley. So, it was probably an hour and a half drive each way back then. She had a blue Corvette, though, so she was styling for sure. But, going to school 2 or 3 days a week to earn her PhD, to, get her PhD, that wasn't easy, especially back then in the 70s. That wasn't something that women did, married women who were raising children. We were kind of the original latchkey kids, but not in a bad way. It's just because, our mom was out furthering her education. Good morning, Melissa and Anthony. This is why we all need to persevere and go all in all day. Anthony, you are the king of perseverance. So if you haven't taken off yet, you just keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You inspire me. All right. So what else do we have to do to persevere? What else do we have to do to be Eli? To be my sweet little Eli. If you guys have seen his pictures, he's so cute. I took him to Disneyland this summer. But he is like a dog with a bone when he wants something. And I guess my question to myself and to all of you is, when did we lose that trait? When do we lose that perseverance of a child? When does it happen? All right. So the other, so I had 6 traits to persevere. One is to identify your wants and desires. 2 is to determine what really is the motivation. Number 3 is to outline a definable action plan. It may be great to persevere, to wear someone out, to get the meeting, whatever it may be, but what is the plan to do it, right? Number 4 is you've got to keep a positive attitude. And number 5 and number 6 came because of every single one of you. Every single one of you. This is why I came up with these. Number 5 is you've got to build a mastermind. A mastermind of people that are willing to get up with you every single morning and do 15 minutes of life together, 15 minutes of motivation, 15 minutes of perseverance, 15 minutes of maybe just a bitch session. Let's just call it, whatever it may be. So you guys are my number 5, which is to build a mastermind, and my number 6, which is to develop discipline and habit. The discipline to get up every morning and to show up every morning. I mean, I can't tell you guys the amount of value that you guys bring to me every single day. I mean, I got into this because I thought, I'm going to do this and I'm going to teach. And it gets down to, I learn more from all of you, from the friendships that we're developing, from the messages we send back and forth, from following you guys on Facebook and learning about your lives, and just the fact that we participate in each other's lives, even if it's just for 15 minutes a day. Yeah, it was really it was really profound to me yesterday. And that's why number 5 was, to build that mastermind, to build that community. It's hard to be persistent by yourself. I mean, what are you going to do? Stand in the mirror and be your own cheerleader? Rah, rah? No, boo. You got to build the mastermind. So anyways, I'm so grateful for every single one of you and the fact that we're kind of just doing life together, and persistently we're going to get to where we want to go. So yesterday we did a drawing on the book, and I am very, very excited to announce that Miss Nigel won the autographed Outwitting the Devil book. There was only 15 people that qualified for the book when we pulled for it yesterday. So I'm going to continue to have fun and great prizes. But Nigel, congratulations, girlfriend. If you'll direct message me your address, we'll get Sharon to sign the book, Outwitting the Devil, and we'll get that out to you. Sean, good morning. Anthony, this is the best flight ever. It was such a godsend. I didn't have to miss your show. Oh, I love Anthony. Trendy, yes, I feel like I know you, Lisa. Nigel, when perseverance and egos divide. Oh, that's good, Nigel. That's very good. So, Nigel, I hope you heard that. I know you did. You were taking notes. Congratulations on winning the autographed book from Sharon Lecter, Outwitting the Devil. And what is it? I mean, so what is it that I want to challenge you out there and put it out there. What is it that you really want and that you haven't been persistent about for 100 different reasons, right? It might be the fact that maybe you have a dream and you haven't met the right person to help you fulfill your dream. Maybe you just got tired of getting no's. Maybe you got tired of just not getting any answers at all. But think about it. Think about the 6 steps, because I'm going to post them like I always do. But what is it you truly want? Determine what is the motivation behind it. Is it monetary? Is it spiritual? Is it physical? What is it? I mean, why be persistent on this particular thing you're going after, right? Outline your definitive action plan, right? You cannot get anything done without a plan. You want to publish a book in today's world? You got to write a book proposal. You want to publish a book in today's world? With a publisher, then you have to get a literary agent. You want to publish a book in this world, you have to find auditors, editors, and people to help you with content, right? So there's a very strong, definitive plan when it comes to finding a book publisher. So figure out what the plan is and walk the plan. You have to keep a positive attitude. You can't, but thank God I've got a group like you. I can get on and just whine about what I know is probably my biggest weakness in life is that shiny ball, or as Renee Bangelsdorf would say, my shiny earring syndrome. That was so awesome yesterday. You got to keep a positive attitude. You've got to build a mastermind. Come together with a like-minded community. But guess what? Every one of us have already done number 5 because we have each other. We have each other every single morning at 6:45. And then you have to develop a discipline and a habit. And that's my discipline, is I get up every single morning and I write, and then I get to hang out with my new best friends for 15 minutes, and then I go about my day just like all of you do, and I'm always better for it. So you guys know me, I'm a respecter of time, and it's 7 a.m. And I want to thank you again for making the commitment to get up every single morning to join me at 15 Minutes of Fierce, just for being awesome, an awesome tribe and an awesome mastermind. And I wish every one of you continued success, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:45. Go out and be unapologetically fierce today. All right, bye-bye, guys.